Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Jay and Nichole's Learning Land podcast. Today, I'm really happy to bring on Ronnie. Ronnie is one of the mythical Chinese agents that people hear about. I have personally used him several times, and it's always been a great experience working with him. But some people claim that there are agents that they've tried to use that hasn't been a good experience. So we're going to find out if working with an agent is a good move or if we're rolling the dice. Nichole?
Exactly. I'm actually very excited to hear from Ronnie today as well because, well, you have touted that he's great to work with. You have worked with him
Mhm.
personally, so that personal connection makes him a little more interesting for me to talk to. But I want to ask the audience though, have you ever worked with an agent before? Was it a great experience or was it just a nightmare? Definitely leave it in the comments and compare your experiences to what you're hearing today. Those who haven't worked with an agent before, maybe heard something positive and negative and are on the fence, this might be the podcast for you. But Ronnie is here to help us kind of separate a bit fact from fiction and
Mhm.
giving his experience in the field working as an agent. So he's here to give us an insider's view on how it works. So Ronnie, let's get started with the basics here. What do agents actually do for teachers?
Hey, hello. First of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for having me today, Nichole
Oh,
and
you're
Jay. Yeah. So, for basically, agent do just like match students and of course the families with
Mhm.
especially online teaching. We have resources for both hands. We have teachers side and we have parents side. So basically, core is to match both sides to save you guys teachers time and also save parents time. So that's basically what
Sure.
we do. Yeah.
But how do you go about connecting parents with teachers or teachers with parents? Because I know that some agents have a lot of teachers and they're looking for parents, and then other agents have a lot of parents looking for teachers. How do you make that connection?
Well, I mean, because like these two hands, I mean, the demanding is real. Like the
Mhm.
Chinese students, like Chinese students are crazy about learning English. That's
Mm.
what I
Right.
want to tell you. And this parents maybe they lack of resource. We don't know. They don't know where to find the good teachers, and also, the same as teacher side. They want to find good Chinese students, but they don't know the
Right.
resource. Yeah, that's why our agent's doing this job. And we, of course, like personally, like me, I've been working in education field for many years. So
Mhm.
that's why I already have a student database and also have a teacher database. That's why I think today we talk about, how to choose a good Chinese agent. So
Mhm.
that's,
Right.
yeah, that's
Right.
how it
Now,
works.
what's something that parents or teachers they assume about agents that isn't really true? You may not even know the answer to that. You may not even have an answer for that, actually.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
In your experience, like I'm sure that you've experienced maybe a teacher who has had a bad experience with somebody else, and then they bring that experience while they're working with you, is what Jay is saying. So,
Right.
what experience have you had where another teacher has maybe not had a great experience at coming to you? You've had to deal with changing that opinion. What has that been like for you?
Well, I mean, it may be like people to people like different experience. Like sometimes you had a
Right.
bad experience with parents. Sometimes you met a red teacher, rather red
Mhm.
students. So this maybe just different, from people to people. But yeah.
Like maybe there's a trust issue. Have you ever had teachers that have trust issues with using an agent because they don't know you? They have to go by, what they feel and what their experience is. So how do you
Yeah,
work
we
through
got
that
to the
trust
point.
issue?
Trust issue is very very a big one. You have to
Hmm.
you have to consider in working with agents.
Right.
Because like especially in like first time I recall like when we work with a teacher, the first time you better like maybe like for me, personally, I do video call or voice call.
Mhm.
I want to see the teacher, but also I think the same way that works for teachers too. If you want to find a Chinese agent, you better just give them a call, maybe
Yep.
even do video call. You want to see how the
Mm.
people look like and how you
Right.
feel about them. That's important.
Right.
So
Yeah.
in this way, you just cut out to the trust issue, and then also maybe agreement. You can come to write an agreement. You just write down, the terms, conditions. So by this way, you can protect a little bit of teachers' interest.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, I would like to interject and say that video call is that's things that teachers should really be paying attention to. In my personal experience, the few agents that I have agreed to work with have insisted on a video call. Even one I got from France, they insisted that, hey, they wanted, and the way that they approached it was actually key to me trusting this person. They didn't approach it as they wanted to vet me. They wanted to see who I was. She said, no, you need to come online so you can see that I am a real person, so that it's a real thing. And I was like, oh, that was a good approach. I like that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Voice call, video call works really, really good to me. Like me as agent, I work with a lot of teachers from different perspective, different background. The only
Mhm.
way I can call them, teachers, I see the working attitude, etc. Otherwise, I might read like 10, 20, 50 resumes a day. I don't know which teacher is good to choose, right? Because it's crazy. It works crazy like that. Agents, they have like hundreds of resumes to read and hundreds of candidates to choose. So
Now,
yeah,
you are a little unique compared to most of the other agents because you not only do you pair teachers and students up for online classes, but you also fill positions in some in-person positions in China, right?
yeah, indeed, yeah, indeed. That's
Yeah.
actually another big part of our business. So we
Right.
have the connection with international school,
Right.
kindergarten, bilingual schools, and then yeah, we have the resource of this kind of parents at school. Yeah, that helps
Okay.
in our online tutoring
Good.
because we
Very,
have possible student base. Yeah.
that is actually kind of unique. Very good. So, in your opinion, now we mentioned the video call. So, what would you suggest would be the things that a teacher should look for as a positive? Like, okay, this is the agent I should work for. So we discussed already that they should request a video call to make sure that personalities match the job. Which any
Mhm.
interview and any job you do in person. So I don't see anything wrong with that, and that's a smart move. What do you think maybe a second or third suggestion would be for a teacher to look for as a positive way to make sure the agent is a good one?
First, maybe working for reputation recruiters or maybe agent, because like you can like I mean a good agent maybe have a good work history to track with. So
Mhm.
basically you can ask for other teachers. Maybe you have worked with this teacher before, worked this agent before, and they can give you references. You can uh, maybe you can the other side, maybe you can check the profiles on the website, or maybe the company, or maybe the credential, maybe certifications, maybe they are registered company, or they have the license to do
Mhm.
education jobs. Um, this is also important. Other than that, I would say like maybe experience really matter. Like you need to find an experienced agent who are already working in this field, so they have a good network with school, with families, and
Mhm.
one possibly give you a lot more job opportunity. Yeah, this one also I would say yeah on top of my list. Um, yeah, let
Would
me think about
you,
it.
as an agent, would you be, I want to say off put or, adverse to answering a question? So I would ask, my question would be, if I asked the agent, which the video call was the number one for me. My number two is how large is your student base? Because some people are calling themselves agents when they have only like, maybe it's,
2 students.
yeah, it's or it's a handful of, like, it's a mom's group, and, oh, I'm going to be an
Right.
agent for my mom's group. You know what I mean? instead of what you're doing, you actually work in the field, which set off a light bulb for me that you actually have some credentials where a lot of them don't. Do you think it's a good idea for teachers to just ask, well, what is your student base? Do you have a large student base?
I mean, actually, it really doesn't matter. As my perspective, I think as long this guy can bring a group of students, maybe that can fill your free time. That'll be good for individual teacher. Like if for a company base, maybe a big tutoring company base, maybe you have to find a big company, agent company, agency company that can provide a big quantity of students too. So that kind of a good match. So if you are just looking for yourself, then any individual students matters, right? So yeah, it depends on what you're looking for.
I think another concern that teachers have is like when you're talking to the agent, you should always ask is about the payment. When is the payment made? How is it made? I know you are able to use PayPal, but not everybody is. Not. Well, actually, PayPal's in China now, isn't it? Isn't PayPal in China now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with PayPal in China, but
we can also use that, but with the help with, I don't know, maybe VPN or not. Like it works for
Shh. Shh. I got you.
But that's that's exactly what I tell my parents.
Yeah. But there's other ways now.
Yeah.
We aren't totally reliant on PayPal anymore. There's other ways to make payment. Okay.
Well, I get paid through WeChat.
You get paid. Yeah. So do I sometimes.
WeChat and pay, and maybe, I don't know, maybe some of the teachers use the Stripe.
That's what I use. It takes WeChat. I have a pay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Ronnie, I'd be interested to hear of a nightmare story you've had with a teacher.
Yeah. We'll share one of ours, and will you share one of yours?
How about like recently happened to me, a teacher in person in Shanghai. It's not online, but is that okay?
That's fine.
So yeah, that teacher is a British, and he had a appointment for interview at the school interview, and then just as I walked to the school, I already on my way. I'm already arrived at the school place, and I arrived earlier, and I sent a message to that guy. Hey, where are you? I'm here. If you're here, just come to some place to meet me, at Starbucks to meet me. And then the teacher don't reply, right? And after like 10-20 minutes, the teacher don't reply. And then I start to call that guy. I say, where are you? And the guy don't pick up my phone. Right. And then after 30 minutes, I have to, time is up for interview. So I have to type to my school, okay, I'm here. I'm still waiting the teacher to come. Maybe very soon he'll be here. We'll be coming very soon. But in the end, the teacher never replied me.
Right.
Never replied me.
That's go ahead.
Yeah, that's I might meet this kind of teacher, or maybe he got something happen in his way or whatever. But I just occasionally happen to me like once or twice a year, because I deal with lots of teachers, but this just happened once or twice a year.
Okay, so all right. So have I had any? No, I can't say I've ever had a bad experience with an agent that I've worked with, because I do a pretty good job of filtering them. How about you, Nichole? Have you had any bad experiences?
It's not actually working with somebody. It's what during the interview process.
The whole lead up, yeah.
The whole lead up where they go back and forth, and they like to really, my experience is with a few exceptions, which I completely appreciate. I like when people are very upfront. This is clear. This is, it's very transparent. This is the pay. This is the expectations. This is the pay date, and then there's room for negotiation from there. Right. I feel the agent should come with the pay rate, and then we negotiate, because you're the one making the payments. You should tell me what the pay. I mean, how many times have you walked into an interview and nobody's told you the pay, you know? And my problem is they'll ask me and I will tell them, and then they will berate me. They will make me feel like a scammer because they say, "Oh, you're charging too much." And I'm like, actually, when I get students on my own, I charge a lot more. So I don't what? And I know, and the thing is me and Jay and you as well, Ronnie, we've been in the industry for many, many years. We know what the pay rate is for what parents will
I know
pay
what
in
fair is.
China
I know
is.
what
We know what fair
is.
is.
Right.
And it was quite shocking. It was almost like I was being treated poorly so that I would lower my rate so they could get me at a lower rate. That's been my bad experience. And that's happened to me quite a few times, to the point where I didn't work with agents for a while, to be honest. It's only recently that I've tried again. And I found a couple that have been really good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there are some really good agents out there that are very fair, that are very polite, and they work really well with you. They don't micromanage, you know. I mean, it's completely 100% able to find. But that's been my experience. It's been the treating me poorly in that process and saying negative things to me to get me to lower my pay, not realizing it's just causing me to go somewhere else.
Right. Now, Ronnie's working with Ronnie was very easy. Pay was never an issue. He pays very well, which leads me to believe that, Ronnie, you don't really target the middle class families. I think you're probably targeting the upper class families.
Income wise.
Mid upper, yeah, mid upper.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so.
Yeah. Like I
All
said,
right.
we work with international school, so these are the upper class, you know,
Right.
who go to
Right.
international school.
Good. All right.
Yeah, payment is always a big issue. I don't. It's not always just the rate of pay. It's actually like receiving the pay and
How the how.
the how. Yeah, and to be fair, the in my opinion, the main reason behind that is what happened during the double reduction and COVID, when so many teachers all of a sudden lost jobs or got their pay cut in half. And then a lot of companies weren't paying the teachers and just letting everybody go. That happened. I have a lot of teacher friends who missed out on an entire month of salary, so or more, during that reduction. So that's, I think, where that comes from, to be honest.
So
The traffic, maybe.
It was from the bigger companies. It's not from the
Right.
agents, but that's where it comes from.
right. So how did the double reduction and even COVID, how did it change your business? How did it change your business?
That's a good question, actually. Uh, I mean, if not the COVID time, the pandemic time, maybe we don't even do that much of teaching.
Right.
Maybe I don't like
We
you,
wouldn't know
Jay.
each other, right?
Right.
Yeah, because, like, before that, our main business is like schools. We do full-time recruitment for school, for international school,
Right.
bilingual schools. So we take find them like subject teachers for AP, A level, this kind of courses, right? And also for school like kindergarten, homeroom teachers, something like that. And then
Right.
because of the pandemic thing, just this kind of business just shut down. We have to survive. And then
Right.
the good thing is that there are some parents, they want to have a home tutor because their kids don't go to school, so the kids have to learn English, right? That's why we started. And then initially we got some reputation, and then parents just start to recommend you to other families, and then that's how we started, actually. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to highlight something. If anybody listening out there wants to teach in China, get in touch with me and I can put you in contact with Ronnie. Okay. I'll let them do that.
Oh yeah, there's
Uh,
still a big demand in China for teachers. Yeah.
I see Ronnie posting for looking for teachers to go work in China all the time. All right, good.
In China, Yeah.
What's that?
Who?
Yeah, say I say working in China will have lots of opportunities. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I would think so. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of people there. All right, good.
Well, we've asked the question about what teachers should look for in agents, but we haven't actually asked you as the agent, what do you look for in a reputable teacher online?
For me,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
uh, well, I mean, I first of all, I'm one of the agents who read the resume. Yeah, I'm sorry, maybe some of them they don't, but I do.
uh-huh.
I do check their resume carefully. I check their education background.
Mhm.
I check their working experience. The better you're working in one place for uh like 2 years or 3 years more, not without change a job. That's good for me. That's good for Chinese
Right,
schools. Yeah. Another thing is, like I said, I do video call, I do voice call, I do interview.
right,
I prefer to work face to face with people, or we can see each other. You can feel how the people, react to you. So that's another thing. And also, I mean, I have many of the good teachers come from recommendation from teacher
mhm,
fellows. Okay, because they already have had a successful replacement with us, so they can just easily recommend us as an agent
sure,
when they need to.
sure.
Yeah, so
I
that's
I
basically.
would I would strongly recommend you to anybody, you personally. We were supposed to have two agents on today, but the other agent couldn't make it. She couldn't make it, but I would definitely recommend you. You were always really easy to work with for me. There was never a problem. We had the student that we had a problem with, but there was never a problem between you and I. You actually understood my side of it. So I would highly recommend it. Nichole, what do you got?
I think he's answered all the questions I've had quite
Hmm,
eloquently. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's just really good for people to put a face to the idea of an agent, because we see a lot of the posts online that they're an agent, and a lot of them are kind of, I mean, let's be real, scammy.
right,
So, and it's nice to put a face to somebody that says, hey, listen, I'm here, we're here to find real teachers to do a real job with a real pay. Let's have a professional discussion. So it's nice for me. I like to hear that.
yeah, me too.
I
All
think
right.
Mhm.
yeah,
Go
Jay,
ahead,
you go
Ronnie.
ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I have something to say to new teachers who want to teach online, how to find a job or something. Yeah, maybe some personal uh, advices. Yeah. So first thing
Please.
I was understand your own value, or maybe just strengthen your strengths. As a
Hmm.
new teacher, you have to know your position, like what you're really good at, or maybe like some of the teachers they can do really well of lesson planning, so this can
Hmm.
be a good strength, right? So you can talk to or maybe write down your resume. I will even suggest you list out your lesson plans so that like agents or families they can see what you already done, and also a good resume and some. I recommend I suggest the teachers do good soft intro video and maybe just leave some good photos, so these things can be a proof that you already done the good experience. You already have
Right.
good experience. So yeah.
We have a phrase, you've done your due diligence. That's something we would say. You've done your due diligence. You've done everything that an agent would expect to see when they talk to them and when they look at the resume. Yeah, we would say that your due diligence, which is good advice for any part of your life, not just teaching. Not just teaching. Yeah.
Well, he does make
All
a
right.
fair point though,
Yeah.
because I've hired teachers, and it's impressive sometimes where it was shocking to me when I first hired was that it was almost like 50-50 chance. Like some people had all their things put together. Like they had an entire drive. They just gave me a link to their drive. It had their intro video, it had their samples, it had their pictures and their references, and all that's all I had to do. It's just here's my drive link, and everything was there. And then there was others where it would take them, oh, let me collect that. Let me collect that. And I was thinking, well, if you've been teaching in the field for a long time, you should have that already curated. Why why am I waiting for this?
Right.
So yeah, definitely just treat it like a real interview, because it is a real interview. If you went
Absolutely.
in person, you would have all of this with you in an attaché.
Don't expect everything to happen through chat.
Let me show you one thing,
Everything's not.
guys. Let me show you one thing, guys.
Sure.
I work with a school here in Shanghai, in the garden, actually. I brought them a resume, and the HR person said, no, the resume is just like, just so. And then we start, the teacher, please send us some good videos, some good photos. And then the guy sent me a bunch of video and the photos, very colorful. He decorated our school and do Christmas holiday events, many of colorful, really good photos, videos. And the school HR said, bring that guy. And he got a job. He got a job. And he already started.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah. If you really want the job, you got to show people that you want the job. That's it.
Yeah, you have to show people, what you can do. That's really important. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's all about branding. I mean, I hate to bring in the other side, because the coaching for me, but it is about branding yourself. When you're online, you have to show you are your brand. You have to show who you are. And another great resume is use your social media accounts to also, because if people think that jobs are not checking your social media, you are just very naive and have been living under a rock for 20 years.
Right.
I'm sorry, but they do. I mean, look at him. He's laughing. He's like, yeah. Right? You're going to check their social media. You're going to see, are they active? Where, do people know who they are? Are they posting?
I saved them the time. I just give it to them.
I do
here,
too.
you can check me out here. That's what I do.
I mean, social media nowadays is part of your resume, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Be careful what you put on there, because it's there forever.
Very well. So yes, very well. So what would be your biggest advice for online teachers, either looking for agents or working with an agent? What would be your biggest advice to them?
So for teacher side, I would say you have to, first of all, you have to make yourself ready, for any kind of jobs, actually, not only online teaching. If you apply for any kind of job in China or in other countries, it doesn't matter. You have to be prepared, right? So this thing, like some non-native teachers, you have to work on your accent. You have to work on reading hard on maybe a good resume and some stuff in each video, like I said. Other thing is, like, you have to maybe do some training of teaching, maybe TEFL training, right? TEFL training. You need to know how to teach. Yeah. So this
how
before
you bring up something that I've always wondered. How highly regarded is a TEFL or a TESOL? I know it's a requirement everywhere, but is it really regarded as a very high standard, I guess?
Yeah, I well, English speakers, they don't really think TEFL or TESOL are a good certificate, because like me, I'm not TEFL certified, but I do speak English, right?
Yeah, of course you do.
I speak a little French even.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, a TEFL, because of some parents or family, they don't really know how much this certification, how important it is, because they don't know nothing to value this.
They may not even know what it is. They may not even know what it is.
Yeah, they don't know, but they have to say, you have to show us, your certificate. Then TEFL is the certificate, because it's easy to get, and it's teaching knowledge.
Very inexpensive. It can be done. Most native speakers can do it in an afternoon.
Yeah, very easily. Yeah. So
it sounds more like it's just a checkbox for parents to know that basically taken the time and effort to put into it is what it really is.
Just knock on the door after the top certificate. Okay, certified. Come sit.
Yes, it's like Harvard. I went to Harvard.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, Ronnie, do you have anything else you would like to add before we say goodbye today? Would there anything you'd like to let people know?
I think I don't know. I think we
Was that me or him? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
I was
cool.
going to ask the same thing. You're frozen, Ronnie, like a baby icicle.
Maybe.
Okay, let's just wrap it up, I guess.
All right. Well, if you guys found this, episode helpful or useful, or how did it change your opinion about agents? Did this change you? Does this take you off the fence on willing to seek out a few and give them a try? Let us know. Share your thoughts. Let us know who's considering an agent. Just remember, avoid scams and make sure you get paid fairly by avoiding red flags and doing the word of today, due diligence. So
what's up for next week?
Well, yeah, next week. It's our wrap up. We're going to do our wrap up of the month. It's our reflection on February's episodes and a look ahead on our next month's series, which will be focused more on, I think, the parent month. But don't forget, we're continuing our Wall of Shame, Hall of Fame segment. So if you're very interested to see who's made it this month, who's been added to our little leaderboard, stay tuned for next week. And we're excited to hit that one. This is becoming one of our favorite things to do now.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it. Partly because we get to recognize people that, and maybe not everybody that agrees with us, and that's fine, you don't have to, but who we think belongs on the Hall of Fame. That I look forward to that. But also, the Wall of Shame is a little bit of fun too. Not gonna lie.
They're both quite fun. And people have to realize this is our podcast. This is all our opinions. Like literally, these are only people that we know. We 100% encourage everybody to send us recommendations of somebody they think should be added to either leaderboard. We will be more than happy to look into them and give credit where credit's due and call out who needs to be called out at the same time.
And by the way, the teacher project has not responded to coming on.
Oh, they haven't.
And looks like they didn't allow my post in their group either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it never made it.
I think we have fodder for the next episode.
No, we got to give them their shot. We got to give them their shot.
I don't mean fodder in a negative way, actually, as in, enticing them to come out. To be fair, I really do want to talk to these people. I'm not even going to lie. I really want to talk to them. I have reservations just because of the claims and previous experiences. So, I'm going completely off of my own personal experiences and claims. I really do want to talk to these people because if they can do what they say,
it's money well spent. It's
100% well spent. Absolutely. So I think we lost Ronnie there for a second, but that's okay. I think, I'm really happy with that. I think it was really great that he came on. I think he shed some light onto it. He put a face behind the term of an agent. So I really hope this helps out some teachers.
Me too. I'm sending him a message on WeChat. Anyways, bye guys.
Bye, you guys.